guys, welcome back to the channel. Today will be sort of like a update video on two different things. First, the car and the roll cage and its progress, and then two, the sim racing season at OnGrid's Cyber Shootout. So the car, it's been, I think, maybe like a month and a half, 2 months since we officially got on the schedule to go to TC Design down in Campbell, California, to have the half cage put in. And Monday is the day we drop the car off. So the rear seats have been removed, and it's super, by the way, that's super easy. It's like 2 bolts and the 2 seats come out. So it's almost like Subaru designed the car to have a roll cage put in. Probably not. Probably it made it easy to put the car together, but whatever. It made it easy to put a roll cage or take the seats out to put a roll cage in. I digress. In any case, the car goes down on Monday. It'll be a custom cage specific to the car, so it's not an off-the-shelf roll cage. I believe the main hoop will be shaped so that it can touch the B-pillars or come as close to the B-pillars as possible, as well as the roof. And I don't know if it'll be a 4-point in the rear in terms of how it meets the rear chassis. I think that he's gonna at least have 2 arms going to the top of the strut mounts, but we'll see. It should take about roughly 2 weeks. As far as I understand it, in terms of the fabrication of the cage from start to finish, it's all done in-house, so nothing should slow them down. They don't rely on any third-party or outside vendors or sources, so it should be okay, maybe minus raw material. So I'm thinking 2, maybe 3 weeks to get this done. I will ask for photos along the way. I doubt they're going to want me down there with the whole coronavirus COVID-19 thing. Plus, I'm probably just going to slow them down and get in their way. The car will also get a new bucket seat. I have a long torso, and the seat that I currently have, the Sparco Pro 2000, the shoulder holes are too low, right? So my super long torso is blocking it. So there are only 2 companies that make seats that have longer torsos that don't get wider, and that's, I think, O&P and Racetech. And I believe Tony has like an assortment of seats down there I can try out. So we'll find something, put that in. More than likely, it'll be a halo seat, so there will be kind of extensions that come out on either side of my head to help hold my head in. We'll see how that goes. I'm not actually keen on that because it would make the car difficult to drive on the street, but it is what it is. I don't have too many options when it comes to seats that are designed for longer torsos. And then a 6-point, probably a say belt, will go into the car as well. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the Sparco, the Pro 2000. Maybe we'll put it in the passenger seat. I don't know. We'll see. What do you guys think? Or I'll put it here, replace this seat, and this seat can go back in the E30 because I've been driving that around without a passenger seat. So I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys want me to do with it. So that's it for the car. Next is the update on the sim racing. So season 1 of OnGrid Cyber Shootout is over, and I took 3rd in the championship, which is great. First and second was never going to catch him, and really I probably wouldn't even consider myself one of the fast guys. I would say I'm one of the consistent guys. So that was sort of my strategy for the entire season. We all kind of started out thinking it was fun and games, and it really was until OnGrid published like driver standings with points, and then it kind of got a little serious. Not super serious, but everyone was like, oh, there's points involved. Well, now we're going to try. And I could tell you that if you look at the qualifying heats from the majority of the races, probably never qualified top 5. So it was all about, if I started in 5th and somehow ended up in the points in 3rd, I guess it kind of works out that your average finish was a 3rd place finish. And all of that was simply one, luck on on the reverse heats. So heat twos, the reverse grid. So heat two was a reverse grid, so you'd have to drive through the grid. If you started heat one at first, you were dead last in heat two. So there's some luck involved with that, and I guess some skill. And then it was just straight up consistency, staying out of trouble, keeping your laps clean, not hitting anyone, right? Not just, you don't have to be the fastest, just have to be the most consistent. Well, I guess you have to be the fastest if you're going to take a higher place than that, but we'll see. Or at least we'll see in season 2. I think season 2 is going to be kind of crazy. But anyways, so yeah, that was sort of my strategy. I won't lie, I put in a shite load of laps, averaging between 150, 200 laps per track. So that was 2 tracks a week. So if you do the math, that ends up being like 6.5, almost 7 hours of practice every 4 days, or every 3.5 days, however you want to look at it. And then there was also practice the day of the race, the qualifying, and then the 2 heats. So for any given track, I was putting in about 9 hours of lapping in VR, which is a lot. Originally, when I first started, I could only do maybe 15 laps at a time. And over the course of 3 weeks, I can probably sit down and bang out an hour's worth of laps, no problem. So it's been fun. I mean, I think I've learned a lot, at least in regards to sim racing. I think there's a lot more for me to learn from the fast guys, and just by chasing them and talking to them and them kind of bestowing knowledge on me. And I hope that some of the skills that I've learned thus far in sim racing translates over to my driving in real life. I'll never send my car the way I send my MX-5 Miata in the sim, but hopefully some of the skills that I'm learning from sending the MX-5 in the sim transfers over to the WRX. And I think one of them so far has been left foot braking. So I only left foot brake in the sim, and doing it so much over the course of 3 weeks has resulted in a much smoother, like a much more finer control of my left foot. And that seems to have translated over to my foot in driving. So I was driving the car around town today and left foot braking. And typically if I left foot brake, when I come to almost a complete stop, there's kind of an abrupt pop up from the car as I kind of just finish the release of the brake pedal, and that is completely gone. So I think, chasing the fast guys in the sim and learning that I have to be smoother on the brake pedal to become faster has resulted in my left foot becoming more sensitive, and that seems to have transferred or translated over to my foot and into the WRX when I'm driving and using my left foot, which isn't often, but it's there. Yeah, so I think that's one of the main takeaways from sim racing. The other ones are that I've just had a lot of fun, right? I didn't think sim racing could be so much fun. And I've sim raced before, not to this degree and not putting in that amount of time, but it was never that much fun. And so as a result, I want to give a thank you and a shout out to all the guys in season 1. Right, I had a ton of fun. I hope they had a ton of fun. Well, I think they had a ton of fun, and it wouldn't have been fun without them, right? Because we're racing all together. All the shit storms that came out of the reverse grid, the hilarity, right? All of that stuff was because of the guys that we're racing with, and I think much of it was because we were all on Discord together and just racing and talking shit and making fun of one another. It was just so much fun. Doing stupid things, trying to make passes in places where we shouldn't be passing. Shout out to Joe on that one. So yeah, it was a ton of fun. And I look forward to season 2. Hope that continues on. It's a whole different group of drivers. I think only 5 or 6 of the drivers from season 1 were pulled into season 2. And then they backfilled it with applicants. So I think OnGrid got 100 applicants, and somehow they chose like 25 drivers out of that, give or take. So it's a whole new grid, and we'll see how that goes for season 2. If there's a season 3 and you want to participate, I would highly recommend you check out the OnGrid website. I think it's like ongridtrack.com or something like that. I'm sure they'll open applications up if there is the season 3, and I encourage you to apply. I heard that the drivers that of the 100 drivers that applied, maybe only 70 had completely filled out the application. So I would encourage you to fill out the application as completely as possible. Don't just put your name and your email address and consider that an application. Just take the time to answer whatever questions they might be asking. Let's see, what else? Oh, had a livery for the car, which is terrible. Flames on a bright lime green car with a pinup girl on the hood. The pinup girl didn't really come through on the live streams, but I think I might want to redo that. But the whole idea of doing liveries was awesome. And shout out to T for making liveries for, I think, the majority of the field. I think everyone had so much fun getting into their cars and looking at the liveries and looking at everyone else's liveries and just going, oh man, this is so cool. Yeah. And it made people way easier to recognize in the game. Right? I'm in VR, I can't read words, so I don't have driver names anywhere. So just being able to spot people based on their liveries was super helpful. AKA, oh shit, here comes Kevin Burke, he's gonna be super fast, like, let me just block him. Or let me get out of his way. Something like that. Same with Davis. But yeah, season 1 was great. Season 2, I hope is just as fun. I want to give a shout out and a thank you to the guys at OnGrid. That's Marios, Kendall, Sino. It takes time. It probably takes money to put on a series like this, and they went out of their way to put it together for the community. So thank you to them. I want to give a shout out to the guys on the Twitch stream, the announcers. So Duckman, because I don't know his name, Sonny, and Nick. Those guys are commentating the races, and they're just super fun to watch. Like when we finish, I don't know about the other guys, but when I finish the race, the first thing I do is I hop on the Twitch stream and watch the stream. It's like I just saw the race, right? Thing is, I saw the race from my perspective, and here I get to see all the things that are going on throughout the race, and then all the commentary that these guys have, and it's hilarious. So shout out to those guys. I would encourage you guys to watch the stream, and I'll put a link in the description. I think it's like twitch.com/EdgeGamingTV or Edge TV Gaming, one or the other. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll put a link in the description. And then please, if you guys have some time, check in on my stream. So I stream all the events in car from the Oculus live. I might not talk as much as the Twitch guys, but you will get to hear all the things that are being said on Discord between all the drivers. Well, I don't know if the Season 2 drivers will be as vocal, but if Season 1 was any representation of what's going to happen, it'll be pretty interesting in Season 2, at least the Discord. So if you guys can, hop in for that. The schedule is, I think, 5 races for Season 2, 2 every week. So I'll continue to post reminders for the events, as well as the timings of all the events. And hopefully you guys can hop on and join in on the fun. And I think that is about it. So if you guys have any questions or concerns about either the roll cage and all that's going on with the car, or sim racing, ask in the comment section. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you at the next video. Take care.